Bobcat Cherry podcast.
Well, no, so it's already got the peppermint in it, okay? Like, the way they make this coffee, somehow you can taste the peppermint, okay? And then on top of that, you get the white vanilla. Somehow, I don't know how they do it, and just putting it in the little grounds that you then put the hot water on, and somehow you get this amazing coffee. You don't got to put nothing in it. Nothing.
So you would say you have a tasty beverage.
It's delightful, man. I mean, it's tasty, it's nice, it's cozy, it's doing a lot. Taste buds are dancing, and they're satiated at the same time. This is nice.
Anything else tasty happening in life?
That's an interesting question. I mean, is all taste? I mean, some of it tastes bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you get a little bit of dirt in that taste. Like, yeah. And you got to recalibrate. You know, like I got to seek out other delights.
Yeah. And you just hung out with mom, so is that the dirt we're talking about? Or is
No, mom was great.
Yeah,
mom was awesome. We, you know, I'm trying to think. We hung out. You know, it's. I feel weird because it's like, I mean, we watched movies, but you know how it is. You know, you pause the movie, you talk about certain topics, we laugh about certain topics. We watched a ton of things that people say were bad, and then we enjoyed them. Like Nobody Liked Last Christmas with Amelia Clark. We enjoyed that. And I'm saying all this about movies. We talk about movies, and then the hard part is like, I want to talk about politics in a very specific way. Right. Which is like, I'm trying to find out how people think. And she wants to talk about them in a very specific way, as in she don't care what anybody else is thinking. She's going to let you know what she thought. And the conversation's over as soon as she's done talking. And I like it. Like, I like it. But every time we're done, she's done, I'm sitting there going, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and especially the way she frames it, I already immediately believe mom. I think she's right.
Yeah. Everything she says, you believe. In terms of politics.
Well, no, but it's actually worse than that in terms of morals, everything. Like when dad talks, like I ponder what dad says for years. I'm still thinking about him telling me, to get away from certain friends. What would that be? That would have been 10, 11 years ago. I still think about him going, you need to stop hanging out with these people. Yeah. And then, of course, these are the type of people I want to hang out with. So I stopped hanging out with that group of friends, and I didn't do it in the right way. I didn't say, hey, like, I definitely need some space, or, put any boundaries out. I was just like, y'all are ridiculous. I can't hang, which is a terrible way to do things. But then in my life, I always want to hang out with those groups of people. But if I just took dad's advice and believed he was right, I would have half my issues,
You think so? Half?
Half. Like, think about it. The women, that I want, he's like, Tyler, like, you could do better. Versus mom, who's like, you just want them done. You just want them. And I'm like, yeah, But she doesn't tell me like who to pick. Dad tells me who to pick. He's still talking about one particular one. He's like, you should get you some.
You don't want to say the name.
Some LB. Get you some LB. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm just saying, like you could be happy. And he's right.
Yeah.
I could be happy.
You're good.
So, no, but it's good. It's because it's different. It's gosh, so it's going back home is a lot of things because it's also humbling. Like, so I'm doing my job, and I feel like I'm doing well at it. People tell me I'm doing well at it. When I go back home, I just remember all the ways I've just made mistakes. So hanging out with mom is this very multifaceted thing. Like, we're hanging out, we are finding time to laugh, finding time to be serious and listen to each other because we both have things going on. Like, obviously. And then, but also like when I go outside and it's quiet and I'm working on the house, like I'm hearing everything I've ever done wrong, and then re-sing it. And then, of course, after re-singing it and being hurt by it, I go, okay, now I have to see it in a new light, being young and, of course, learning your lessons. And it was great. It was great to hang out with mom. And in the same light, it was great to see dad before that. I mean, it's just.
They're very different. And then yet pretty similar.
Here's okay. So you remember. I can say names, right? Like,
I mean, it's up to you.
All right. So you remember Sonia, right? So she shows up to the event, right?
Yeah.
And so this.
You want to walk that whole story out?
No, I don't. No, not at all. No,
Okay.
but so this is the first thing she does, and this is actually where I like latched on, right? Mm-hmm. Is and immediately was like, yes, this is the idea. So I told you I'm reading Buddhism stuff. So she shows up to event. She does the little training exercise for everybody. But the first thing she does before we actually
French fries.
They were.
Shoot me, please.
Well, you wanted to be shot. I wanted to eat the French fries.
Yeah, you definitely wanted those friends.
Like in the PowerPoint she does, like before we even do anything together, she gives us a poem. And the poem is called In Lankesh, right? In Lankesh, you are me. Whatever I do to you, I do to me. The point is we're all the same. We're all the same person. I mean, you're even left with, okay, so we all come from Adam and Eve. Well, it gets worse than that. We all came from Adam because Eve came from his rib. So, so we're all the same person. And so anyway, so I'm hanging out with mom and I'm like, okay, she just pulled a Sean. I just pulled a Zach. Wait, she just pulled a Zach. And we're all just the same person. It's so because we have these very hard opinions. We have a very hard time listening to a new opinion. Yet we're all very capable of understanding each other's opinion, which is just so wild in and of itself. Like that, it's like our immediate reactions to not listen, but then when we find the time, we do, and
I think we're able to listen to anybody other than our family pretty easily.
It was so easily. Yeah, like when anybody talks, I'm just like, yeah. Like I sat down at this New Year's Eve thing yesterday and just heard that, So, and you tell me how you feel about this. Like, imagine Jamie brings a male friend over, okay? Which, mind you, I know you wouldn't care about that, but this is where things get weird. Imagine Jamie starts telling this male friend in front of you all the ways that your family's crazy. That's what happened when I was there. And I'm kept like, she's telling me stuff. I'm going, whoa. But then I look at the guy and I'm like, you're okay with her telling me this? This is a lot. This is like the weight of his 34 years that are on his shoulders. She's just telling me everything.
Yeah.
The stuff that you and I don't like. We tell, our parents are crazy. Like, we don't tell them, like, how?
Yeah.
Hey, they did this yesterday. We don't do that. But she was doing that. But of course, I'm sitting there going, dang, that sucks. And I'm going, so what about this? Like, how do you do this? And he's like, just live with it. Now I got to carry that. So, no, I think we can listen.
Yeah.
I think I'm the worst. I think I'm definitely the worst listener.
Out of all four of us?
Yeah, and I'll tell you how, right? Two massive ways. This is the best, right? And I'm very, very proud of this. One is that I talk more than everybody in the family, right? Times 8. And then past that, it gets worse, right? So you've just told me something. Now you got to think about, oh my gosh, is Renegade T just going to tell everybody?
Renegade T, man, he's about to blow.
Dude, pop, it's out my mouth already. As soon as you tell me, I got like this mouth in my neck telling somebody to the side. I gotta tell you, right? Yeah. So I think I'm the worst listener because I'm listening, but I'm like, what do I do with it?
You're ready to talk though after listening. That's the thing.
All the time.
The pondering is pretty hard. You don't ponder thoughts as long. I feel like maybe you process things a lot faster than us. That might be what it is.
Well, okay, but that's the hard part, right? So, and it's like one of the issues with intelligence. I think I'm intelligent, so like I do process things, and I think if I'm being intelligent, I'm deciding to process. If I am being my regular self, which is hard to get past, right? Then I have already thought I've processed because in a way I process a lot of stuff. Like everything I do is philosophy, based. So I read a book. I'm getting the philosophy. That's why I want Lord of the Rings. I want to get the philosophy from it. I don't like the story. Okay, how do they help each other? In what ways can I read this to go? Okay, this is how I need to help people in the future. This is really why I'm going through it. Or I watch a movie and I'm like, okay, like is this the way we should respond? Which I think is what we relate to it because they responded this way, and then we're left to be able to go, okay, how should we do it differently? Yeah, so in a way, like, when people tell me something like, oh, yeah, I've already mapped that. Yeah, I was 16 once. You know what I mean?
Is that deflection?
What do you mean?
Like, just a way to get off that topic and move on to what you want to talk about.
That's scary, and wow, I feel stabbed by that question. I hope not, right? But it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I did that. Move on.
No, it's like what mom's got, right? So, mom's got that friend of hers who's going through a really tough time. And so here's the deal. So they've talked about it for how many years would that be? Like 3, 4 by this point?
Probably more than that.
Yeah. So let's say they talked about it for about 3 years. I'm just gonna say like the same issue, 3 years.
Yeah. Day by day.
Well, by the second year after mom's gone, I'm so sorry. That is so messed up. Then she goes, so you're over it, right? Because it's been 2 years. It's the same problem.
Yeah.
Literally, what they did yesterday is what they did 2 years ago. It's what they're going to do tomorrow. What are you going to do about it? are you going to still complain about it? It's like, because everything's in action, which is really wild. Are you still going to do the same action, which is just complain, not actually fix it? You know, are you like, buy them a new house? You don't have to deal with these people. You just buy them a new house. And that's a crazy step. You know, you go broke. I'd rather go broke than see you. At least you're making a different decision than the complaining decision. No. So it's not like I feel like deflection, but it's like, so me, you've talked to me for a long time, like I dwell on stuff and it's the same issue over and over again. But I do search for new ways to deal with them. I don't know, what was it, a year and a half? I'm just going, my face is jacked. And so eventually I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to listen to Zach and Jamie. It was really like what happened. I was like, I'm just going to listen to them. It doesn't matter. And every once in a while, I still have to lie to myself and say, it doesn't matter.
You still look good. It's okay.
It looks bad.
It does.
It looks bad. Here's the deal. When I go out on the street, no one begs to be with me. And that's how I know it's bad. Like, and that's
it's a movie. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. So I was in college.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you saw this.
No. I'm telling you like why I'm angry. Okay. So I was in college and there was this girl, like she was mad at me. I was like, I just, she was mad at me about random stuff. I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to make you swoon. She's like, see that right there. I hate that. That's lame. It's corny. It's weird. You're broke. And I was like, okay, yeah. Okay. You're right. And she kept going. Like, it's so funny. Like when you agree with people about certain things, they just want to keep digging in. So I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, I already had this knife halfway in. Let me just keep pushing. And she goes, you think that everything should just be like a movie? And I said, no, I really think it should be like a really bad limited budget TV show. She goes, see that right there. It's even worse. And I was like, yeah. Part of it's a joke. Part of it's not. Point being, it should be, this is my TV show. This is like the Twin Peaks of Renegade T. Triple Peaks. Triple Peaks for Triple T.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't know about deflection. I think deflection's always there for all of us. If I was being realistic.
Yeah, I feel like I do it all the time.
Yeah, how so?
If I don't want to talk about something, I feel like I do whatever I can to change the subject.
What do you do?
I come up with a story. Don't you?
I don't have to come up with anything. It's already there.
Yeah. Smarter than me. But there's that off the cuff thing that you do, that I'm not able to do. Well, I had to think about it.
So I'll tell you, actually, if you're interested, I'll tell you where that comes from. Right? I don't think, because you and Mom always want to go, oh, he's so smart. I never think. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something really gross, and I hope Mom doesn't get mad about this. So Mom went to the gynecologist, and of course I have to hear about it because I'm at the house.
Oh gosh, I'm not excited.
No, you're not. You're not.
This is bad.
It's bad. So, and of course I know too much, but anyways,
we both know way too much.
Well, she shares, but once again, I mean, like if we're alive and we're all the same person, and especially like if Jesus Christ said we're supposed to, like, the most important things, we love our neighbor. How are we supposed to love them? I think we're supposed to just accept everything. Yeah. Like, and especially, I think we're supposed to see the warts. I think we're supposed to see Rachel McAdams with her hair back. We have to see the wart. Okay. Because I love Rachel. It's okay. Pull that hair back. It took me years to get over it. Like when I saw Eurovision, I was like, Regina George is gone. Man. No, I'm Picky Vicky, bro. Anyway, raised by Picky Vicky. So anyway, what was it?
Sorry.
No, she is picky. Because let me tell you something. She don't want a nice guy. She don't want a dumb guy. She wants a guy that'll kill somebody if they act up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Would do that.
Did Dad ever tell you the story? I gotta get back to the gynecologist, but I want to tell you this one. Okay. So Dad's working on his truck, right? Yeah. And his friend's working with him. Of course, Dad's probably like 16, 17. And his friend goes in to close the hood, and the hood bends. It bends in half. So Dad beats him to a pulp. I mean, and I don't even think Dad remembers beating him. He just goes, yeah, like, I got up, I was out of breath, and I had to take him to the hospital.
Who was this?
One of his friends. But he got a beat.
Was it Jimmy? Our cousin?
I don't think it was Jimmy. I don't think. But here's the deal. It could have been Jimmy. Like, that's where his hair went. It got beat the fuck off.
Yeah, there you go. He's shiny.
What if you slap a dude so hard his roots come out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so mad at you about this hood, bro. Messed up.
Yeah.
Messed up.
That's all Dick cared about, though, was cars for a
No,
really long time.
well, that's kind of the point. I mean, it's like, we care about what we care about. And if that goes out the door, I got to take a tow. I got to
You've
take
been
that.
taking toes, man.
It's just funny. It's stupid. It's the alliteration and the stupidity at the same time. Anyway, so
my toes.
Are they mine? No, I like what we were watching. We were watching this movie. This actually really got me. So we're watching this movie, and this guy gets in trouble with the law, and the guy like the cops come up, and he backs away, and the cop goes resisting. I was like, yes, because like seriously, like what it's all fun. It should all be fun. It should all be stupid. It should all be fun. Anyway, so back to it. So mom's telling me about how horrible it is at the gynecologist, and this joke alone will tell you too much. But anyway, I was like, I don't know, because she had to go the next day, and she was really worried about it. I was like, I don't know, like if I had to go, and I had what you have, which is the opposite thing. And
I'm hoping. Very hopeful.
Yeah. So like, if I had to go in, I'd be like, look, you need to bust out that Diddy oil. There has to be enough oil that I slip sitting in this chair. And I busted out laughing. I did not come up with that. I don't know where that came from. I thought that was hilarious. Like I'm sitting in a chair and I still slip because there's so much oil on the ground. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So I didn't plan that. Didn't think about it. That's natural. Okay, it's like a like rotary. It's just instinct. And I'll tell you this. I think it was Henry Miller. You know Henry Miller? He wrote Tropic of Cancer. Okay,
I don't think I do.
People liked it. They were like, "Oh my gosh, this matters." Just like they say 2001 matters. Whatever.
It does matter.
Yeah, I was waiting on that. Yeah,
Kubrick's amazing.
He's he's a genius. So anyway, Henry Miller and Quentin Tarantino, very similar things. Now, Quentin says that his pen's an antenna, and he's just picking up what people say. Fine, cool, let it go. Henry Miller said he had no idea where it came from. His writing, he had no idea where it came from. Cormac McCarthy said the same thing. Cormac did very few interviews, and then he was like, I don't want to talk about writing. Like he would tell him, like, I don't want to talk about that. He's like, that's stupid. Anyway, so finally, he's 80 something. Someone goes, so tell me about the writing. Fine. Listen, I don't know where it comes from. I have no idea where it comes from. And I think about that. Like, I don't innately, I'm the crudest, most vulgar person. And it's amazing.
You're not, though. You're not. I feel like you want to be that guy, but that's not who you are.
Well, I mean, I grew up on.
You're sweet. And it's okay.
That's a weird mix, right? To be Stifler and the pie guy at the same time. No, it's funny to me. Yeah. Like, and I try to explain to people, like, look, I'm sorry. Like, if it makes me a misogynist, misogyny's funny. Like, it's like in a film. In real life, you just go, whoa, you really believe that?
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, I think all people are misogynists.
Where do you think you get it from? Do you think you get it from mom, dad, or both?
What's the thing? So I'm hanging out with mom, and she said something just completely ridiculous. And I was like, oh my God, I thought it was dad, but really it's the both of y'all. They're both, well, not crazy. Like, they're just crude.
They're both crude.
They're so crude, and it's so funny. And that's the deal. Like, and I knew it was bad because I laughed.
I mean, I giggle. I don't think I gut bust when they do stuff like that.
I've gut busted on a couple. Dad has said some stuff where you're like, whoa, I need to take a shower. And that's funny. Like when you need to take a shower after, that's how you know you got a good joke. Not really, but no, it was bad. It was a horrible joke. And I can't remember him now, but I laughed, and mom had one. I was like, hey, what? You're funny this whole time. Mm-hmm. But I think she spends so much time, because what Papa Ray used to say all the time is like, Big Lim, you think before you speak. So then what does she do with us? Always telling us think before we speak. But yet the best jokes come out when we don't think and we offend everybody. And so, it's tough. I live in both worlds.
Mm. Let's go back to what you were talking about with Cormac McCarthy. Who's he's probably at your top, but who's your favorite author? Who's your go-to?
I mean, my absolute go-to is Cormac. It's so tough because I'm not reading good literature. I'm just reading tons of philosophy, trying to get as much of the Bible and the catechism as I can. I hate to say it. I'm disinterested because drinking is much nicer than reading those things. So I haven't done it. So now that's the flip for the years. I'm just going to be reading those.
Resolution, no more booze.
Oh, I don't want to call it a resolution. I think it's just a very
It's gotta be.
Well, no,
That's
but
it.
like,
Or
I don't like that people use it all the time. It's kind of
Well,
like how you felt with the
that's
hot
true.
take. Like people say
I
hot
don't
take,
like
and,
hot
and
take.
when people say resolution, I'm like,
thank you for your thoughts.
yeah. Like I want to. No. I guess I do have to put it this way. I want to do this, so it's happening. It's not I guess that's a resolution, but I just don't. I just can't use the word like hashtag resolutions. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah,
I want
because yours is going to be more than a year. It's gotta be.
it has. Well, it has to be. I mean, I really because I love it too much.
Yeah,
I love it. Like I got a top 3, and I can't do any of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's
No, I told you. Remember, like how you know someone has an addiction, right? Do you remember what I told you?
No, what you saying?
So if you go up to that person and you know they have a problem with drinking, and you try to take that beer from them midway drink, and it's a person that loves them, they know that they love them,
right?
And you're like, hey, it's not a good time. You gotta stop. It's too much.
Yeah.
And they don't let you take that beer. It's probably time that you stop drinking forever. Because I mean, like,
yeah. And I think that's what's important. And I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's actually where love comes from. Is when we actually do give up these things. I was considering that the whole time with mom. Like I'm drinking the entire time, and I was like, one day I'm gonna stop. And I just couldn't do it. There's something about it, something weird, like dark and pokey about it. Like the thought of like giving it up, before I got to
that's your
my
escape,
place.
don't you think? I mean,
the escape. Like like every thought, even melancholic thoughts are sweet. I'm talking like, I could be drowned by sirens and I would be as happy as a clam.
Yeah. You know what that's actually called in our profession?
Huh.
Conditioned stimulus. You've paired a stimulus with another stimulus, and it's become a conditioned stimulus to where they both are better together.
Which two stimulus? The drinking and what?
Drinking and almost everything. But you have paired them with so many things now that everything is sweeter with it. So if you take it out, it's going to feel disgusting.
No, I'm not disgusted at all. Like I've decided to lie to myself completely. First of all, the placebo effect being like this massive thing. I think we should consider daily. Yeah. Like, what are we telling ourselves? What do we believe? Why am I talking to myself this way? Like mentally.
Yeah.
The idea I'm going to go with, and it had a lot to do with James Cameron. What he was saying, he was going through. I think he was making The Abyss, and The Abyss. I don't know if you know, is this horrible production.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, neither have I. I mean, like, who wants to watch a movie about water? But so he's making this because he was a diver since he was 16. So he wants, of course, to make this movie about water. And of course, he wants to do these really hard things, which is no one's filming in water because it's hard and expensive, and it almost killed him and somebody else, whatever lead actor was on it. Nobody liked making it, as far as what I've read and heard. Anyway, so he's making it, and he's like, man, talking about, he's going, man, this is so awful. And then he realized he had done this. This is the third time he's done it to himself. And he goes, well, if I keep doing it to myself, I must like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell myself, no, I enjoy this. I'm going to go into work and I'm going to be like, oh, I know I enjoy this. This is why I'm doing it. Not like some, massive.
The fake it till you make it type of thing. I hate to put it in those words,
but I don't, that's what's always so tough about it. So once again, I think we're all the same. Okay. I think every person's the same. But we just get raised differently, these different factors that raise us. I legit think it's not fake. We're just deciding which emotion to put first. Okay. And I decided to put melancholy first.
You're choosing to make it
but it's
important.
But it's a real emotion. And I'll tell you this, everything's important. That's what gets me about everything that you see, everything you do. Mom went to a New Year's Eve party, and then what she focused on as importance. Mm-hmm. Mind you, it's important she went. It's important she was with friends. It's important that she felt every emotion on the way there, every emotion there. Every single one of those emotions has the same weight. What mattered most to her was that there was a child that was there, and there were adults drinking.
That's what she cared about.
Yes. It's just as important as everything else. It still matters. I'm 100% with her. Yeah, that's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing to laugh with, people your own age, especially if you haven't done it in a while.
And this is with Nikki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Family, friends.
Yeah. I mean, he's amazing.
Were the neighbors there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time?
Well, so Dustin didn't go. He was at work, which is crazy. He had to work at night.
Of course.
Well, no, I mean, like he was getting, and I talked to him. I was like, man, I saw you couldn't go. And he was like, dude, double pay. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then, but, Carly came and Ryan came and they seemed to have a good time. We played games. It was nice. It was great. It was great. It's like I said, it's good for everybody to get out and be with people.
Absolutely.
Instead of and once again, this is another thing that's over talked about, but like instead of being behind or in front of a screen.
No, yeah, we need a community. Yeah.
All the time. I really don't think you could have an alcoholic with a real community. Like if we were talking about what they did in Acts in the Bible, I don't, if you're in that situation, you can't.
An alcoholic isn't produced from that environment. No,
I can't, it's not sustainable.
No, it's not.
Because like the only way I can drink, right, is like, it's a lot of work, right? Because I got to fit in time for this water. I also got to fit in more sleep. Yeah. But how can I sleep, right, if there's all these jobs I got to do inside this big commune?
Yeah, you need accountability. Everybody needs accountability.
Well, that's the thing. Once alcoholism, any ism, not because there's some cool isms, but any, just like if you're, and it's kind of weird, like held accountable makes me feel like I'm at gunpoint, right? I'm held up on accountability. But like if I feel accountable, where it comes naturally, that comes from community. You're not held up. Someone's not pointing a gun. You said, hey, you need to feel this way, Democrat. Which, by the way, you're laughing, but it's like, I'm sorry, but that's the most factual thing I've said this whole time. You need to feel this way. Yeah. Like, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Let it go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to dye my hair pink and shave one side. I don't want to do it.
You don't like that? That's a good stuff.
I really like it, actually. That's why it came to mind.
I'm liking the new look, though.
It's interesting. Like, I'm growing into it. My face is actually, like, my face decided to get fatter when I got it.
You probably just got used to your own face. You going down to the skin and shave it all off?
No, I talked to Mom about it before I came, and I was like, I'm going to shave this whole thing. Oh, my God, don't do it. No, you could be so handsome, but you need to get a professional to do it. Professional? Like, no.
You should have got a Corpus. They'd lined you up, gave you a fade.
No, true. I don't like haircuts. I don't want anybody.
You don't even want me to do your haircut.
Nope. No, because I can feel too much. I guess it's
Declan has the same problem. Loads haircuts. He doesn't want any clippers around him.
Yeah.
Like just recently, he's gotten to where he's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
As long as I get that pop, that lollipop.
Yeah,
I can do it. I got to get something out of it. That's how he sees it.
So but that's the way he and I were raised. I think there's like that spoiled, only child thing that we were both raised with.
Not the only child. Neither were you.
You know what's funny though is that
you guys are the baby.
But no, because think about it. Think about how you were treated. You were treated as, like, you've said this. I don't actually, know if this is true. You said you felt like the babysitter, right? So,
absolutely.
So here's the deal. So then you're not.
Yeah, I can no longer be the baby. I can no longer be the baby because I'm watching the baby.
Yeah,
Grace and Autumn feel the same way.
But they're so cool and they're so like autonomous.
I was the turd.
No, I don't think so. And once again, I think no. See, but Mom sees it the same way too. I'm gonna tell you this, man.
Mom sees that I was a turd.
No, she sees that she was a turd. And we were just talking about this. I was, because I want to point some things out to you, right? This is where things get weird. Okay. So Mom before has seen Autumn do stuff. She goes, "Oh my God, that was me." Well, so anyways, the story changes, this week because that was like when she was here with the kids, and so this week she's like, I was spoiled rotten. She's like, I even remember so and so saying, "Oh, you're spoiled rotten." Well, let me tell you something. Okay, we should never treat people that way. I'm now realizing it because I just hung out with a spoiled rotten kid, and it was the coolest thing in the world. And your children are the coolest kids in the world. And yeah, she's surly, shouldn't get her way. Whatever. Like, good for her. Be surly. Get a raise. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, be 20 and get that raise. Be a manager because you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to put up with this. And they go, what? You only worked here for 2 weeks. I know. You'll still suck though. 2 weeks in, and they go, what if you give you 15?
Yeah, one of mine definitely doesn't put up with anything. Yeah, that'll be helpful. I think as an adult,
we should.
It doesn't look well, I think, as a child, but if you you beat it down, it's a problem.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I think we're beating, and I'm thinking about me, like my natural instinct. I have this like anxiety when I go places. I'm like, oh, Tyler, don't talk. because my natural thing. No, I swear to God, this is real. Like this is why. Like if I don't know if I ever talked to you about this. Like I do not want to go anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm afraid if I open my mouth, I'm either going to say something super stupid or super crass, and I just can't live with the judgment. Yeah. Like so, I lit the firecrackers on top of my hood, right? And Haley, was like, "Oh my God, it's crazy." I think she sent a video to our coworker, right? And our coworker's like, "Man, what a dumb." And it's like, but I could do without that. I could do without any type of judgment as far as me not hurting anyone. I could do without any judgment on that.
Do you feel judged on almost
all
everything?
The time.
Like at work or just in normal life?
I'm going to tell you this. Yes. So like I'm like, I go out to work on the skirting and I look at it and I go, oh my God. And I start hearing Dad, yep, you really messed that up. You didn't care at all. So I can hear Dad, right, when I do something wrong. Yeah. And then I can feel people watching me not talking to children the right way. And they go, oh, I wish he wasn't doing that. I can feel that because there's all these people in my room all the time. But so I got so lucky why I like working where I work. Like they love everything I do. And I like I told one dude, like, no, I have to train this one. Like we're going to have to work till that child knows how to behave in a classroom. And I didn't, so, which is in direct contrast to the books I'm reading. The books I'm reading are going, hey, you really have to be patient. You have to allow them to feel their way through this episode. The child feeling their way through this episode is destroying everything in the classroom and knows it's wrong. We're talking, the book doesn't understand the kid I have. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the guy I'm talking to understands what I'm talking about. He's judging too. But if I said something wrong, he'd go, ugh, or you'd see it on his face. His face would make noises. There'd be a ripple in his skin. And yeah, so I'm always being judged. We're always being judged, and this is even the most. I can't say it's the most judgmental time. I think that's like always a dumb thing to say because there was a guy. I don't know if you heard about this in the 1900s. It was early. This guy owned a newspaper, like an entire newspaper, company. And one day he got blotto drunk, like really had a good time, and he had people over, which is the two really shouldn't happen because he got up. And for whatever reason was like, I really have to piss on this fireplace. And he did. And he was, you hear the sizzle and everything. And he lost his company that week.
Sounds about right.
Public perception. It's always been terrible. People are like, oh, like cancel culture. Like
but again, I'm just going to say it. I mean, there needs to be accountability. I mean, if you do something, there's going to be consequences.
I know, but my problem is this. I'll tell you another one, right? And this is from some book. I'm not even sure if this is true, but it was like the How to Win Friends and Alienate People.
Okay.
The story is about Napoleon. So and of course, this genius of a commander. So he'd have underlings write him letters, go, hey man, we got this problem and we don't know how to solve it. What do you think we should do? He wouldn't respond. Supposedly, he wouldn't respond for 2 weeks. And by the time he did respond, go, hey, how'd that go? They go, oh man, we solved that bad boy. Mm-hmm. Everything's going to be solved in time. We need to be patient with it. Someone says something dumb. They may realize it by themselves later, like I do every day. I'm like, oh my God, I should not have said that 10 years ago. I should not have said that this morning.
That is kind of how I feel like, not mom, but dad definitely handled us. But we would bring something to him and be like, yeah. That's happened to me. Yeah. Really wouldn't give any advice the first time we'd bring it up. Mm-hmm. It would be a whole week. And then he would check in on it to make sure if it was fixed or not.
Yeah.
Then he would address it.
Well, Dad's interesting with me. He's about a year. Oh
my gosh. So you're in Gatesville right now. We've both bounced around schools quite a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you like it at Gatesville right now?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think everybody should have this experience. Period. 100%. Like,
what's the experience been like?
Okay, so here's the deal. I never knew what this was. I never came across it. I work with people that are like me. I've never seen it before. It is amazing. Like one time, like I was in college and I got people that were like, they were like ridiculous and unprofessional. And then I ended up getting in trouble for being unprofessional. So because we ended up getting this supervisor. So once again, that judgment kind of followed, but for a while there was nice, it's like nobody was being ridiculous. And over I would say small stuff. Anyway, so like where I'm at now, man, everybody's just like, it's really cool because even if we don't like each other, which gonna be honest, I don't think exists. But even if we don't, we're always helpful because this is the sped department, right? Everybody, and there's these 4 rooms all next to each other where we're just kind of helping each other out. Now, obviously, there's some are doing more than others to be helpful, right? But people literally come by and go, "Hey, do you need anything?" And these are people that, I mean, like, yeah, they have the time to do so, but people that have time, what do they do with it? Where do they put their thumb? You know what I mean? And
chilling out,
lamping.
Yep,
dude. So no, I mean, so I just want to say off the bat, it's like it's interesting to be with people that they don't care if there's a difference in opinion. They're still going to be like, okay, what do you need? And then they're going to do it, in a way that meets what you need. Like we all have different opinions on how to be with these kids, which is inevitable because all the kids are different, right? So you're like, okay, do I give them the caring thing or do I go stern with them? I mean, this is a legitimate thing that I'm always contemplating. They're not, but the people I work with, but they still consider how I teach. So when they come in a room to help out, so if I have aids missing, they still try to provide it in the way that I've structured it. Mm-hmm. Whoa. I mean, like unheard of. I mean, I work with so many people where it's like, yeah, you're too young and you're a male, and I don't like the way you talk. So that sounds stupid, and so you're like, okay, I guess I got to do it myself then. And I mean, you're like, carrying everything on my shoulders for years versus now I really don't have to.
I mean, we are isolated in a way because we're like one of, I don't know how many guys in the school system.
We are unicorns, but my principal called me a diamond. She was like, "You are literally a diamond special. In That's the rough." Really cool. No, it was gay. It was like, whoa, and
you liked it.
I did. I was like, no. I mean, like to put it the right way. No, it was crazy to hear. I've never heard anything like that in my life. Like when Dad says he's proud of me, I'm like, yeah, but in 5 minutes you won't be.
He has brought it up multiple times about dropping off the key.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. He's like, they all adore him.
Yeah.
It is wild. It's like it's almost like he just stepped into like another world.
Well,
I didn't know this was real. I didn't know people loved him like this. But he was proud. It was just
well, because I have this thing like and it was a lot. I think especially finding out that I was like, I still feel weird about like saying like I was definitely treated differently. I was treated like this, like anomalies to me are cool, but I was treated like a problem, in school and high school and gosh, college is like do anything but speak, if you're me. They appreciative of me, and I tell you why it works how it works this way. I do really dumb stuff and don't care sometimes, and it bothers Dad. Lacombe is so mad at me because he thinks I'm lazy. Yeah. He goes, "Man, you just don't have that thing, where you get it done." Which who does that sound like? But what? And I mean, and sometimes I get it done at the cusp. I'm gonna be honest, dude. One time I got done after the cusp and asked me if I cared. Asked me, bro. I'm just kidding. You already know. So, I mean, like I don't know if I told you about this. Like, I had to bring a girl down to the nurse's office. She had to be walked there. Like, and I wouldn't treat her wrong about it. But like, yeah, I got to walk with you. And at one point, she started. She enjoyed the walk, so she was like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, So I get up and I walk with her. She was always, there was like what's that thing? A hypochondriac. Like head was hurting. She's like, I think I got to go to the nurse. Okay, let's go. And it's okay. 15 minutes out of my day, there was a real fight if I didn't. I mean, like she would lose it. Anyway, so we go down. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not, I don't need to go to the nurse. I don't need to talk to her. And I definitely don't need to talk to this child right now. She busy, hopefully talking to the nurse. So I'm gonna roll around in this wheelchair. I'd be zooming as fast as I could up and down and around the hallways while she's, doing this. And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm being me. I got 10 minutes to be me. Watch out. Yeah. And
no conference, no lunch.
Well, this is it. And I mean, people know. I mean, like people talk like, "Hey, do you have a conference?" Like, no. And I shouldn't. I'm supposed to be with these kids. I got kids that can't go to lunch. Okay, so I'm gonna have lunch with them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just it's a different world. And I tried to explain this to my 8. I'm like, hey, we're sped. I'm gonna do whatever I want. And the problem is, I say that and I don't mean it.
You don't,
but I like saying it. There is that. There's this nice chaotic comfortability that comes. Like I feel like a fireplace in my gut when I say it. I'm like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
You want the control a little bit.
I want to know that nothing matters, and then I finally get to be at peace.
You just told me that everything matters.
No, I know that. First of all, there's that duality. I've been questioning for about a month now. Like there's always both parts of the statements. Both sides are true at different times. If everything matters, I have to chill out somewhere. So I chill out by rolling around the wheelchair, and then it was such a stressful, chaotic environment with we had that one kid destroying the classroom. Like whenever he got mad, and we sometimes we couldn't tell. Like so he if I take him for one walk, he will freak out the second time I go out the door. So it sucks. I can't take him I love taking him for walks, but he'll freak out if I don't take him the second time. Freak out. Well, it used to be violent, right? And so to deal with it, I would just do random stuff that made me happy. So a kid brought the skibbity toilet guy in a backpack, and his head popped. He pushed a button, and head pops out of the toilet. Looks just like me. and everybody said so, which was like, thank you.
That's so mean.
This is my life. This is how we do it. So anyway, well, one of the kids shows up late every day, about 8:05, 8:10, 8:15. So I had all the kids waiting down at the front of the school waiting on him. So, okay, we're going to get him with this toilet. And he came around the corner, boom, popped it open. He fell backwards. And we were like, and then running. And I do get in trouble. So everybody else loves it. Everybody else, they see that like the kids are happy. Because they used.
What'd you get in trouble for?
It was loud. And I look like I'm 5 years old already, and then I'm also going,
Yeah.
And so my vice principal, when I'm rolling around the wheelchair, when a head pops out of a toilet, she's like,
She gives you a look.
She gives me the look, and I'm like, you're right, I'm sorry.
She didn't say anything.
She never has to. So one time she came to me because my paperwork was late, and I did my paperwork in a different way because they told me there was a stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I beat the stipulation. They said that the parents had to be able to see the paperwork, right? 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days. So I sent that in an email. I didn't put it on Success Ed. I don't care about Success Ed. It don't relate to me.
I love Success Ed though.
Better than the other one.
eSped is,
but they're both excrement. Okay. And
I would take Success Ed right now.
You would take it, but
please.
So here's the deal: you're also
I will take the excrement.
You're someone that would vote. I'm not going to vote if they don't give me a good party member, baby. No, they're not giving me a good party member. So I didn't put it in Success Ed. So vice principal shows up 5 days after the R. So we're 10 days late. She goes, "Hey, you need to turn this in." And I went, "Okay." Right now. Okay. Go turn it in. Okay. Like, what do you want? You want me to go, "I'm so sorry." It's moments like that where I'm happy with myself, and the moments where I don't know how to handle myself, where I feel bad. Like that one's perfectly fine with me. You want me to feel what you feel, and I can't. I don't feel that.
But you guys have a good relationship though, right now?
Yeah, 100%. No, because I'm sitting there, we do the arts, I get really nervous. And
it's nerve wracking. You're with the parent, you're with the principal, you're with everybody.
I'm with everybody that I don't like seeing. Okay, I'm accustomed to, first of all, I already know I'm being judged. My job is to be here and be as healthy, dude, seriously, mentally and physically for the kids. Everything is calibrated around that, being healthy for them, because we have a long road to go. Can't read, can't add, and we got to destroy stuff we get mad. I have to be, I got to be better than everything.
Yeah.
And then to go from that and then switching mentality to go, okay, now I have to use words. Because I'm talking to the kids, I'm like, hey, we can't really do that. And I'm just using a lot of words that they're colloquial, right? To go into a meeting and go, the goal that we have created is thus, you're saying stuff that's not from the gut. It's not normal.
Fluid either. Yeah.
It's not fluid. So I'm sitting there and I'm on a little spinning chair, spinning it, spinning it. And
Really
I'm
showing your colors, man.
well, but I'm like, you know what? If I have to be here and I don't have gum and I'm dehydrated because my whole life is moving, talking, moving. Hey, you can't do this, but hey, this is how we do this. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you up? Why are you touching my desk? You know what I'm saying? Put the stapler back. Thank you. And then saying thank you for everything that they do, so they know it's appreciated when they do something right. And that's its own thing. Just by the way, because people don't. And you had to go in the meeting and I'm swiveling on the chair when I talk, when I talk about the goals. So, my vice principal goes, you get so nervous being in here. And I'm like, nope. I think that's just how I am. I don't feel nervous at all. Right? No, that's deflection, right? So I'm immediately trying, because I don't want anybody to know what I'm thinking. There's something about that. Like, I don't want them to know. Like, am I bothered? Hey, I don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, like, I'm like a dog. If I'm upset, like the coils on my neck like start to bubble up. You know what I'm saying? Which is what Mom noticed when Charlie was mad. Like look at the, I think she called them coils or something on his neck. They like bubble up on his neck. Yeah. And he's like ready to, rough something up. And anyway, so I'm in there like, yeah, I think it's just me. I don't think I'm nervous. She goes, oh no, you're nervous in front of 5 other people. Oh no, you're nervous, especially when you're reading your goals, just swiveling on that chair even faster. And I'm like, thanks for watching me. Thanks for watching me be great. And you just judge it. Happy for you. I'm happy you have eyesight. You know what? Some people need glasses to have that type of perception. But I wonder if your brain works enough to tell that I don't want you to tell everybody in this room that I'm a nervous Nelly. You know what I'm saying? But what are you going to do? We all have our things. She's wonderful, wonderful vice principal. Because I don't know if Mom's talked to you about this or if you've thought about this. You got to have a principal who's personable and good with people. My principal is amazing. I love talking to her. And then you gotta have a vice principal that gets things done.
Yes. Almost no personality whatsoever. Their heads down, they're a robot, and they get it done.
Here's the deal. This is where things get crazy. She has a personality. Her head is up, and she gets it done. Well, she's awesome. Amazing. No, she is like my vice principal.
That's a unicorn.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So what I like about Gatesville, literally, this is where things get weird. So like, I think God's been involved in my life, and especially when I was telling God to go bounce himself. You know what I'm saying? I was very upset with him for creation. And, but to find out that we are all just been guided to this place. There's some people that shouldn't, you talk to them on the street, you would never believe they're teachers. One guy even told me that just a month ago. It's like, what? You're a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess not. I just lied to you.
We look young. I think that's a lot of it too.
But there's also this. I mean, like
we sound young. We look young. We don't look like we're from this area.
I think young, and everybody talks about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's different.
It is different, and but we're all here, and we're making this thing work. I mean, I got this old lady that doesn't want to be there. She does not want to be there. She's mad all the time. But she's one of the kids' best friends.
Yeah.
This is a kid that hates everything. Certainly, if you thought you knew Shirley to the bone. And this old woman, she's become his best friend, and he's happy to be there because of her. And she the job. It's interesting, that we're all here. And I think God did it on purpose. I think God's doing everything on purpose.
He's patient, man. He's
also vile. I mean, some of the things that happen to us are vile, and yet good. And yet they always listen. In Job,
yes,
Satan asked for permission.
Yes, he allowed it
to take the cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of trust, isn't it?
He let Satan take cheeks.
Yeah, he trusted Job to handle it appropriately.
No, that's what I'm talking about. He's this was so weird about it. He's
not vile though.
It is, and I'm still dealing with it, but 95% vile right there. 5% grace. And I think, he's trusting us, which is a great way to put it. I mean, because I wasn't considering that. But we're all here in these perfect little spots after all this hardship, this brutality. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
To be good for people that we never would have considered we would be good for.
We actually get to have a depiction of a man broken before God, trusting in him through everything. it's possible.
Yeah.
He lost everything,
But
and then gained more at the end.
And I don't think we should look at that.
I'm not saying that we should. I'm saying, but
you're
I'm saying that like that's a part of the story.
Yeah.
You know, our trust in God is not like just some thing that God just throws to the side. He looks at it all. He looks at our heart.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our heart
Mm-hmm.
in our relationship with Him? Through every situation, through stuff at school, when you're dealing with kids, when I'm dealing with kids, how are we handling it? Where's our heart with Him? Are we trusting Him to guide us through?
Yeah,
you know, and if we're not, that's when things get array.
No, I know. Like, okay, this is what I'm thinking about, right? I mean, thinking about this, I think someone pointed this out. I'm not sure if it's true. All sin weighs the same, right?
Tough one.
That's a tough one, right?
It just doesn't clearly. It doesn't clearly say.
But lying is the murder of truth, so it's still murder. And then adultery is the murder of a marriage. I mean, it's all murder in a way. And you know, you're murdering the ability of another person to have faith in others when you do certain things. And anyway, point being,
sin. I mean, the wages of sin is death. So we know that, like,
so it's all
the sin. It leads to death. That's what's going to happen. But God's wrath, without following with Jesus,
right?
So will lead to death.
So this is what I'm talking about. So consider this, right? This is where things get wild. Mm-hmm. Because you're saying the wages of sin is death, I get excited. I want to sin. I want that death. But then consider this. This is what helps me. I don't want other people to die. Right?
Yeah. You care about other people. But why don't you care about yourself?
You said you wouldn't poke.
I'm poking.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I mean, like I've considered it for 22 years. I don't know. But going back, it's the same thing that Mom was talking about. So if Mom's saying that she's the same as Autumn, right? Which she did, which she's not. But that's a whole different thing. No, you know, not to
similarities.
Well, sure. I think that's all it is. When someone says something like that, there's similarities, and they were noticeable to her. Yeah, especially at that time. And to think about them having the same, a similar surliness when they're not getting their way. And I think, you know, so Mom was talking about how she was just so spoiled rotten. I'm like, but Mom, you said you were just like Autumn. Would you call Autumn spoiled rotten? She goes, no, she's perfect. I go, that's what you were as a kid.
Still innocent as a kid. I agree with that.
Well,
up to a certain degree.
But then we go deeper. So Jesus was getting beat for 12 hours, right? Whipped up. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, more stuff. They, you know, it was horrible. And then for him to then be on the cross, nailed in, and then for him to say, forgive them, they know not what they've done. Are we all innocent? And you know, do we all have an innocence? Because I'll tell you another one. You know how you can spot a racist?
Go ahead.
An idiot. An absolute buffoon. That guy's going to be a racist. And there's actually studies that go in. I don't know if you heard about these studies that point it together, like IQ below 100, the more likely they are to say the N-word.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's weird that studies.
Yeah, we're
kind of factuality on.
I hate to say it, but we're in that area. I feel like that it's thrown around a little bit more than others.
Right. So, do you know why people are racist? Do you know how that comes about? Mm-hmm. So, our brain is always trying to simplify information. So, one of the most helpful things for me to get through the Bible as a pastor, was talking to, I was like, I can't do it. This sounds awful. And he goes, we cannot know the mind of God. He said it that way to me. That's what finally allowed me to see that I was wrong. Mm-hmm. That maybe God is not so mean-spirited with creation. Anyway, our brain is always trying to simplify things, right? I'm trying to simplify the Bible, so I go, okay, God's mean. Mom's brain does the same thing. She thinks.
No, I know. I think you both suffer. I mean, not suffer, but I think
suffering. Yes,
maybe so, because the starting point is kind of going this back and forth. Is God good or is he not good?
Yeah.
That's the deciding thing, because there's a lot of things in the Bible that are like, that seem, mean-spirited, but the baseline, Job's where you're like, oh, I can't do it.
No, it's actually where mom goes, I can't do it. I do find the grace that you're talking about, that
because God speaks to him.
Yeah. No, I know.
And he works it out with him, even though he's out of line at the at the start of it.
Yeah. So what? No, the joke thing works for me, but because of another pastor talking about how God was proving how much His love works to sustain this man, even through all this. And then he talked about Job. He said, "This is a man who never lusted," and I immediately felt like horrible. It was like, that's my day.
But it's bigger than just the sexual lust.
No, it's everything.
Yeah,
it was. He never wanted to kill anybody.
Yeah,
didn't hate anybody. I mean, waking up in the morning going, "Hey, my son might have sinned." I would already be smoking a cigarette thinking about that. And he's like, "My son might have sinned. I gotta go sacrifice this bull." Anyway, so
now we can be faithful through the worst.
Yeah,
it is possible to trust in God.
And the crazy bit, right, is the idea that God is faithful to me, even though I'm sinning probably right now by not
he's still with
thinking
us.
about it. Yeah, and it's beautiful. So going back though, so this is expansive. This is massive. These are all big ideas that we spend tons of time dwelling on. No racist is dwelling on. Well, why does it seem to me? Because it's all a vantage point. Why does it seem to me that these people do it as a whole? You know what I'm saying? Any group is doing this as a whole. Why does it seem to me that way? And because our brain is simplifying this information to go, oh, they all do it. They all act up. Gosh, I was listening to this dude, Sri Lankan, talking about his racism of the Indians, and it was like, he had to do work. He had to study on that. Racist, while talking about how the Indians have to study be racist, and you're just like, okay, this is you.
We're talking feather or dot. How else do you say it? I don't know. To differentiate.
Dot. Yeah, well, no, because the feather, the
jewel in the head or feather.
Dang.
I don't know. How else do you break it down? I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I mean, so if we were being, I don't know, right?
Native American?
Yeah, you would say Native American.
Or Indian from India.
So
I guess I should have said that.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Well, so that's another thing. So people would say that's racist, right? Once again, there's a simplification here that's happening. Yeah. It's not helpful, right? So you're saying feather or dot. We laugh about it because it's like, whoa, that is this ridiculous idea that we've kind of set up. Mm-hmm. And I think we're laughing at the ridiculousness of the idea. Even if you're not laughing at that, you're also laughing at the fact that you say it and it just sounds...
It sounds ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let alone that, it had to be come up with.
It's not my original thought.
No.
That's from...
And so there's a lot... I think there's...
humor.
What? Yeah. But I think it's layered. And so going back to that, I think someone go, oh, that's racist. Well, I mean, why? We don't actually hate anybody. We don't want to put anybody down. And then of course they're going to say, oh, there's a privilege thing there. And I don't have a refute for that. It's just, okay, I guess there's a privilege. I hope you get some too. I don't know. I don't have the privilege to give you privilege. That sucks.
I mean, if they could only see where Dad's family is from. There's not much privilege out there in T.
It gets worse than that. See where Dad's family's from and see where Mom is. Gosh. And then try to tell me that I got
we got some privilege.
Yeah, good job. Look at my teeth.
But we're both orange, so I don't know.
So are my teeth. Tell me I got privilege. I had enough privilege to buy a pack of smokes for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a lot of privilege. It was awesome.
Suck
down that privilege. My lungs are full of privilege right now.
Okay, going back to the school stuff. Have you seen the ratios for autism? We've talked about it, but I haven't showed it to you. Have I showed it to you?
Well, I don't understand
the ratios in terms of so autism growing year after year after year after year. Have I showed you?
Yeah. But we talked about it.
Check this out. Okay. Oh gosh,
I'm liking these numbers, dude.
I know. So 2000, 1 out of 150. 2002, 1 out of 150. Yeah. And then boom, 2010, 10 years later, 1 out of 68.
Right.
And then now, 12 years after that, 1 out of 31.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 30 kids.
So, okay.
Are autistic.
Well, there's now
And okay, so to preface with this, we both work with autistic kids.
My AU baby.
Yeah. So half of the kids that we normally work with are autistic.
Yeah.
Or ID, intellectually disabled.
They're either AU, ID, or ED.
You know, they need the extra help. So, but it's growing, man. It's like on a rapid rate.
So there's two things here. One, I don't know if you probably heard this idea because it's been thrown a lot.
Yeah.
They're hiring more people to classify kids.
There's way more diagnosticians. I will say that.
Bro, it's all diags.
I agree with you.
How many people I see coming in with briefcases?
But they're also not all of them that they diagnose are AU. They're
because let me tell you something else.
It's
the same thing as teachers, man. They're hiring more. It don't mean they're hiring good ones, baby. Like, no, and look, everyone's getting diagnosed. But what was it? Okay, my friend Jose said that. He said borderline personality disorder only exists in America. And I said, okay, why? He goes, because it's made up. It's not real. But we have to.
We're also looking for it. Well, so if you come up with the term, you start looking for that term.
So get this. You've heard this a billion times in the past 2 years. Oh, what a narcissist, dog. We're all thinking about ourselves. What do you think? Mm-hmm. The AU is like someone, because you see these memes on Instagram. They're like, oh, you didn't want to hear me talk about planes for an hour and a half. Look, I'm autistic, which was, I'll allow someone to even call me that. They do, by the way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I'll talk about movies for an hour and a half. I don't care if you reply. I just want you to know about these movies, man.
Yeah.
So
you think it's the diet? You don't think it's anything else right now?
No, it's everything. It's because first of all, we're also sucking in a ton of knowledge at one time. And when you do that, it's awesome, dude. Like, I don't know if you've just read a whole Wikipedia page, got high off that, went to the next one, got high off that, went to the next one, got high off that.
Maybe in conspiracies, yeah.
Well, no, exactly. So okay. So if I was, generous at all, to go, hey, what's your biggest conspiracy theory, bro? You would connect 8 over 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And especially if I was going, and you would tell me and it would be great. And we should, do that now that I'm thinking about it. But I mean, like, what are they going to say? Oh, you're AU? I don't want my head touched. I don't want anybody to touch my head unless it's like a central thing. And I mean that, like.
What is that from, though? Why are you looking at me like that? Why is that?
Well, is it AU? Like, I don't like that sensory. There was
Declan is sane, man.
No, I know, because I know. So I was in Japan and there was like a blanket that we had and I touched it and I recoiled. Like, it was just, I was violent with it.
Yeah, it's like
that. Okay. So anyway, like I know there's another one. This is where things get weird.
Okay.
I felt that for an hour and a half. I didn't know what to do. Like, I just sat there feeling this uncomfortable thing with this blanket. And the next day I wasn't there. So I don't know if I dreamed it. But the point is that, like, no, like that was a sensory thing. Mom feeds me food based off what she thinks my sensory is. And it works out. I mean, think about this. She went bland for a long time because I didn't care. I just don't want to eat anything with the wrong texture.
Maybe you might be. I don't know. Man.
No, I know. But and then think about, like,
get you a fidget spinner for Christmas.
Like, no, because I get locked in. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, I do. I'm weeing. But if someone else is talking, the wee dies down. So it's like, okay,
so you got like ADHD plus the ADHD.
Here's the deal, or because, and this is what I think about, right? I'm saying these things, and you're asking this. I think it's a really important question, but I think it's, once again, it's very massive. What do I actually know? But I do think there's validity to what Anthony Hopkins said. He said we all have our differences and our oddities and our eccentricities. We're going to be weird, and we're trying to say, oh, that's autism. Yeah. Oh, that's narcissism. Yeah. Oh, that's ADHD. Bro, I'm alive.
Yeah. Well, there's this. Okay, so around that point, same thing with Anthony Hopkins. We all have our thing. Mm-hmm. So in the 1970s, there was this guy. I just saw this clip the other day. It's amazing. So it's this guy in the 1970s. I think it was a documentary. It was this dude that can do every noise that he heard.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I like a little bit of it, but yeah, it was
got
cool.
like a beard, little comb over thing,
Right.
and he is showing he did like a siren, and he did all the decimals, like low, high, and he was doing the crank with his hand, but he was the sound. It was coming out of his mouth, but he could do everything.
Yeah.
And then the caption was like, "This is autism in the '70s," but he didn't go to a special class. He just had his nuance. He had his talent,
right,
and he made it a career. I think he was like doing sounds for like movies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is crazy. You know, if I guess it's like we need to be able to channel.
Yes.
You know, those
things,
it's like those oddities that other people see.
So I need to write really crass, 1990s movies.
Please.
And then not talk when I go to dinner parties. You know what I'm saying? Like you
have to. Yeah, you have to shut things off, turn things on.
Yeah, well, but so what I'm considering now, which is how I'm deciding to change my life, is like I'm deciding to take in new knowledge. Like, so when I was studying math for a while, that was nice.
Yeah,
I was
really geeked out over that.
But and I wasn't cussing, because foul language wasn't involved in it, right? And then, same thing if I go down the pursuit of science or the Bible. One of the hard parts was like, as a kid, I just wanted to, I'm not kidding. I just wanted to infiltrate cuss words into everything. Like these places that they weren't being used,
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like someone when they made Kindergarten Cop, they're like, okay, listen, what if we made an action movie, but around kids? And so I'm going, okay, what if we made everything inappropriate for kids? You know what I mean? But then, you look what happens. Kids watch it anyways and it ruins it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, like and it just becomes unfun when they start cussing too, and you're like, okay, we ruined it.
Yeah, when my kids start to cuss, I can't imagine what I'll do.
So
thankfully it hasn't happened.
Mom's neighbors have a child. I'm gonna be honest. They
13,
they're 14. I'm gonna say that they probably cuss in front of him. We know for a fact he's watching anything and everything, and he didn't cuss. He didn't feel the need to, and he has friends that cuss, and he says, "I don't want to hang with you," and he doesn't hang out with them. Because they were using, language that we smart guy. Yeah. Well, he's setting boundaries 16 years before I ever did.
And that's crazy. Not to put the parents like in a box, but we both know them, and
it's wild.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
For him to choose that.
Yes.
And not choose the lifestyle of his parents.
But I'll tell you where that comes from. They were raising him correctly. They let him know he had choice. And that alone dictates, I think, a lot of things. Like for me, going up, like what choice did I have? My haircuts are dictated by my parents.
Oh,
and I look like a rat. Still do. But I'm happy to have this haircut because I chose it versus
now you like it. For the first 12 years,
I'm just happy to have it. I don't like it, but I don't like looking in the mirror. I'm seeing all the bumps. I'm seeing
bumps.
I'm not hot. I'm just not hot. And it's killing me.
Sweet 7, man.
This is
7.8.
I don't know, man. It's like a 0.7.
7.8. I give you 7.8.
Can
a brother give you 7.8?
And then me know that it's 3 points too high?
Yeah, we just gotta.
No, but I do. It's interesting. Like, okay. So get this, and you probably heard about this. If you want to have power, you relinquish it.
I agree with that
because you're the person that had it to begin with. So all of a sudden they have power, but. Like, so their child has the power to choose, but really, like they had it to give it to them.
Yeah, they relinquished it,
and I think you get lucky with it. But it's interesting. It's like because I had another friend. Oh my god, not gonna say his name because I just feel bad about it. Anyway, met him in college. So dude had parents that were drinking and smoking around him, and when he was very young, they go, "Hey, you want to try?" And when I knew him. He was getting paid some good money. I would say it was $100 a day.
Yeah,
in college, and he could work whenever he wanted to, and it might honestly it could have been more, but he kept calling in sick. So, but it's a $500 week. He couldn't pay his bills, and it was $500 bucks a month to live where I was living, and he couldn't pay him. We lived it up.
Oh, you joined him in this adventure.
I mean, I paid for it. What are you talking about? Yeah, like one time I just brought a big old bottle over and I was like, yeah, y'all can just have it. So they drank good for a week, but then after that they went back to buying it. And he was smoking so much he'd find new ways to smoke. Like one time he made a bong out of bamboo. And
That's ridiculous.
It was awesome. I mean, like, no, I'm not what I'm saying. It was stupid. And it wouldn't even go down well. You're like, just dying off of it. But because you could like feel the splinters of the bamboo in your throat. Hey, man. It was once again, it's a texture thing. Like, so there's the texture that I'm putting my mouth around. I'm imagining it's going into my throat. That's the thing about the textures for me. So yeah, it wasn't cool, but it was also, I got to do it.
Yeah, you're trying things out. Being a child.
Still a child, man. I don't know.
That's a choice.
I know, but that's, once again, it goes back to, I don't actually feel like I have any power. So I'm picking these.
Who's got to relinquish that power for you to realize that you have it?
Once again, it's placebo. I think I don't have it, therefore I don't. But so I make up these, like, I'm going to light fireworks. I'm a big boy now. I'm 30 and I don't feel it. It doesn't feel like I have or own in anything. It doesn't feel like I'm autonomous.
That's interesting. I mean, you think that, I'm trying to understand, like, God is Lord, right, over everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Do you see him like that on a daily basis, though?
As the man.
As the guy that has the power to give to you than to choose? Or do you just walk around thinking that you have the power and I can just do whatever I want? Or is there a lordship? Like, lordship meaning that he is granting everything. The air, the choices, everything.
No, I don't consider it in any of these ways that you think about life. First of all, I wake up and go, oh God, why? Because I know I'm already going to fail.
But you haven't failed.
Yeah, well, no.
Fail in what way?
Well, that's the thing. Like, so if I wake up, like, it's tough. I do it to myself. Like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I got to hit the snooze. I'm so tired. And then I hit the snooze. I'm like, oh my God, now I don't have any time to myself. And I got to, get dressed and go to work. And then I go to work and I'm like, okay, I can't mess up. And so then I spend all that time not messing up. So then when I finally go home, like, I got to drink. I don't consider who gave me this ability. Like, sometimes I'll look up at the sky and go, oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is creation.
God made, man.
Yeah. But no, I do. It's so hard for me to, one, love God, and two, to praise him. As a matter of fact, the hardest thing to do is to praise God. 100%.
I mean, at least for me, I think it helps. And my relationship with him is just, I have nothing without him. Like anything.
Right. But I would prefer nothing. And you wouldn't, right? You have, you have a wife, who loves you, and you have kids that love you. And not fair, right? I got parents that love me. I got a brother that loves me. And y'all are really good at loving me. I mean, when I consider it and I think about it, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of love. Y'all put up with a lot because I'm ridiculous.
Yeah, but everything is his.
Yeah.
Our parents, his table,
yeah.
computers, we're all in his hand. Like, every bit of it is.
Yeah.
And at any moment, if he really wanted to, which he won't, he'd squeeze it.
Yeah.
But he won't. That's like I heard of like meekness.
Yeah.
You ever heard it described as like, okay, there's people when they shake your hand and they squeeze it and you're like, why? Now my hand's freaking broken, dude. Like that was awful. But and then you meet someone huge, twice your size,
right?
And then they shake your hand, and it was like, oh, that was nice. That was a really good handshake.
Pillow.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But so meekness in that example is the biggest man you've ever seen shaking you in comfort.
Yeah.
He could crush you.
Yeah.
He could kill you, but he doesn't. Right. He envelops you in love. Yeah. That's real meekness. Like the actual power to do something and doesn't. Mercy, grace, and I think that's the heart of God, man. I mean, he can do so many things and he just doesn't, because I think like he's really waiting for a Tyler to be like, you know what? You're Lord and I'm not,
That's a tough one. I mean, I get it. First of all, thank you for the description. Maybe that's what it is. Like, I don't know how to give up any of like, oh, it's my idea or it's me doing this. I don't know how to give it up. And it's like, once again, the praise is hard.
Well, I mean, even in prayer, like in the Bible, it like God allowed Abraham, he allowed Moses, when they were talking, it was like there was a together. There was a back and forth. It wasn't just like, hey, God, do this for me. They were like working things out, together. And I think that's how it's supposed to be. I don't think it's like, God's far off and he's just going to allow you to do whatever you want. I think there is a relationship. And I'm not, I'm not going to say like a relational expert in terms of walking with Jesus. Like I have my failings, but, I think trusting in him every day brings you closer to him. Mm-hmm. It's just day by day.
I mean, that's the thing. I trust God. I know he's working through me. I don't know what I think it's like allowing that something's better than me.
Yeah.
Oh God. Which is why I've acted the way I've acted forever. Yeah. Because I always thought it was better than everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
and I wanted to prove it.
But I think that's too I think the perfect thing's hard for a lot of people too. Because we always have that idea of like your parents aren't perfect. And we're always like, you're going to fail me at some point. But God's actually not going to fail you at any point.
Okay, so that's a weird one. Yeah. I certainly haven't been failed by God. Every time there was a failure, it was me. So it's interesting. You might be right.
What are you gonna do about it?
I mean, what am I supposed to do? I think you acknowledge it, and for me, for a lot of things, like I just have to sit with these things and consider them because they have to be fit inside of everything else. I mean, essentially, what am I going to do? I told you, man, I gotta start reading the Bible more. I gotta start praying more. It's become this absolute necessity, or I'll continue to destroy my life. Because self-sabotage is probably one of my favorite things. No, it is absolutely like my favorite thing in the world. I love watching it. I love living it. It's nice.
Repentance, man.
Yeah. We're overdue.
Yeah.
By about a day.
Mm-hmm. That's where it's at. I bring healing. So you want to do this, you want to do this movie.
Yeah.
You got this idea. You got several ideas.
I got a lot, yeah. Well, this one, I think, what I'm doing is I'm studying, I'm going to study the Last Boy Scout original script because they changed the whole third act.
Yeah.
And I'm studying, this particular script because I want to read the third act. I heard it's nastier, better, whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know how to write a script. And it has all the details in there. And of course, I also have the Big Lebowski script. And so I'm, going to peruse these two scripts and find out how to write a screenplay. So then I can write a screenplay that really for anybody should be easy to make for $5 million and just go buck wild. I mean, it's really I was watching this movie Knuckle Duster. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I haven't heard of it.
A to-be treasure, my friend. But your wife wouldn't even like it because it's stupid. I mean, but not even stupid in a good way. They got a character who's like down on his luck. He's got to fight in a boxing ring. And then he fights and he wins and he was supposed to lose. So then they pull a Pulp Fiction and go, hey, now that chronology's all over the place and you got to go back. Did he kill everybody in the boxing ring? And I'm going, I hope so. Let's go back to that. But we got to have a cop. Got to beat, never mind. We got to have her going through and going, well, what do you think happened? Girl.
Yeah.
Hopefully he killed everybody. They were bad people. And they had this fight scene. This is what it is. So that's why I put it on. I heard that did you ever watch Old Boy? Did I make you watch Old Boy?
You did not make me. I don't think I watched it. I don't think I can do it.
We can skip Eddington, my friend.
No, I don't think we can do it.
Yeah, we can.
No, we can't.
No, you can't. No, you're right. You can't. I just realized. Yeah.
You can't either.
Remember
New Beginnings?
I mean, I don't need to watch it again. I've watched it twice.
How did you watch it more than once?
Well, because the filmmaking is amazing. There's a shot. You don't understand, bro.
I don't understand.
So there's a shot of this girl, she's just telling, it's weird. She's just telling the story about being alone. Mm. And the way that the director decides to show it is just, she's sitting on, I think it was a train, she's sitting on a train at night. And she looks over and she sees a giant ant on the train and he just looks at her. And there's that fear that you're completely alone. Everything around you is just something that you don't understand and could possibly hurt you and doesn't make sense inside this world. Isolation destroys the mind. and you get it all in this shot. And I mean, because how he evokes the feeling that she's trying to evoke with her words.
Yeah.
Whoa. You know, and brutal stuff. And it's just phenomenal filmmaking. Anyway, there's a fight scene. That's why I watched it in the first place. I heard about this fight scene. It's a one take. And this is actually where one takes got famous. I don't know if you know about one takes. So one take is where they put it. You have a fight scene and it's all one camera doing whatever it's doing, but it captures the whole fight.
Something like that, like Birdman had
the whole thing. The whole thing is a one take. That's not real. I think it was still about 10. It was but they made it seem like one, which was its own genius, its own greatness. Okay, but so all this, in my opinion, from what I know, I don't know everything. From what I know, one take fight scenes came from Old Boy, 2003, South Korean. What they do is they put a camera like right there. Right, and a fight scene happens here in this span, but they go deeper. So in this one, like, so they have the camera right there, and he does the little fighting thing, and then starts moving with him down the hallway, moving back down the hallway, and it was like if I had nothing to lose and I went in to go fight somebody. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do well, but he does get everybody. Mm-hmm. And he goes in there with a hammer. And it's quite nice. And anyway, so knuckle duster, right? Is that ADHD, by the way, to talk about one thing, to talk about another, to talk about another? What is that?
I think you're okay.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so everybody wanted this fight scene, in a sense. Well, knuckle duster ends up doing it, right? And I had heard that, that's why I went to watch it. Like, okay, I heard they did that fight scene, but with a room full of gimps.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put it on and I get up to that part. It's probably about halfway. I get up to that part and everything was okay. It's okay. Yeah. And that scene happens and I was really happy. I was like, that is nice. I'm glad they did that for me because they probably only did it for me and 5 other people. I'm glad. And they probably spent maybe $1 million, maybe 5 on the movie. And then after that, you're done. Well, I hope I can make a movie that they can make for $5 million and they can put it on Tubi and anybody that watches is going to go, oh my God, this is so buck wild.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I can say is buck wild about Knuckle Duster is that one thing. One other shot.
Yeah. You want 5 to 6 scenes of incredible fighting.
Well, and that's the thing. But what I'm learning is that we do have to go different. It's got to be something new. You can't shoot each fight scene the same way. They have to. I think they have to be shot differently if you really want to get somewhere with filmmaking. If you really want to, they have to be like new locations. They have to, or else you're looking at
CCTV, using CCTV as like an angle.
Whoa, see, well, I mean, I wouldn't, I would do that as a joke.
It'd be like a 2-second clip of it, and then you move on to the next thing.
No, exactly. Then like you didn't even need to see it. And they did that in the Old Boy remake. Like they do just one little shot to say, hey, he just killed everybody. You didn't even, you can't even handle that. No, so I'm debating on legitimately doing the entire movie as how I feel, with a main character who just wants to have a good time, and then the other character's like, I'm gonna have to kill you, and to see where it goes, and I think, I'm debating on a lot of things.
How long do you think it'll take to write?
What's the thing? I mean, I kind of have to write and read at the same time. So it actually may take some time. But as far as like, if I knew how to write a screenplay, the first draft, it would probably take a week. But then, because by then I think you start going, okay, because here's where I'm at. I don't have characters and I'm debating, do I need them? People want, when people go to the movies, they want to relate.
Absolutely.
I don't.
I know. And you have to think what the audience wants.
Exactly. And I have always wanted to alienate my audience. I seriously, dude, I've been this way forever. Like, I remember like being 10 and like saying things in a way that made people go, what? Why? Who says that? I do. That kind of a thing. I think because I think people need to be shocked and be flabbergasted. They need to be shoved out of the theater.
Yeah.
And they think that they did it themselves. Like, no, I did it. I pushed you from a screen out the room without my hand. That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit maniacal. I think that people do it with, like, when they make Saw. I think they're trying to find out how many people they can shove out of a room. Yeah. You ever listen to Flying Lotus?
I don't think so.
He makes beats. Some are good. I'm gonna be honest. I don't listen to Flying Lotus, but he's done a couple things that are they're magnificent. And he directed a movie, and he had George Clinton from the Funkadelics playing a doctor, looking at like a pus-filled butt, and the pus pops all over his face.
George Clinton.
Yes. No, I'm saying this. I haven't seen the movie. I'm terrified. Every scene is like this.
So you just read about it.
I can't watch it. I don't like. He pushed me out just by the synopsis. Basically, like, something's taken over and it's disgusting, and it's just making everything else disgusting.
Yeah.
And so it's all this goo and pus and all this other stuff. It's not for me. I want to watch his new movie. It has less pus. Yeah. I have a pus level.
Well, that's tough because in our job we see everything.
No,
puke, poop, pee, everything.
I go to a movie to enjoy it. I don't go to work to enjoy it, right? So, like I said, I want to change my mind. I want to go to work and I want to enjoy it.
No, it's hard.
Because I don't care, I can wipe butt.
Yeah,
I can do it because I don't care.
Yeah,
my job is not whether or not I like it.
Yeah,
it's whether or not it's a dirty butt. Yeah. It's got to get clean. Just like like this is someone who is not following the rules. We got to follow the rules. Mm-hmm. But. Yeah, no. He pushed everybody out the theater. He made it on purpose to push people out the theater,
right?
And I'm not, like, think about this. If I'm only pushing people out because I don't have character, okay, you're lucky.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I told you about, like, this is what's really important to me. Did I tell you about this? That I wanted to make a movie. It was an 80-minute movie between a guy meeting a girl, and they both are trying to escape a city. Right? Did I tell you about this?
No.
So they're trying to escape a city, and you think the whole time that the guy is saving this girl, and you don't know why. Now, always big on this stuff, because who cares? The fact is that people need to be saved, and when they tell us these sob stories, like when people tell us stories, do we ever know if they're real? No, we believe them. So whatever the story is, doesn't matter. He believes her, so they go, and he's saving her out the city. So for 80 minutes, like, you could, I think I had like 2 action scenes planned.
Yeah.
For 80 minutes, or 70, really. They get down to the last scene where they have to address the bad guy and maybe get money from the safe, whatever. Right. They go in. Well, the guy has to kill 2 people, right? And it's hard work for him to kill these 2 people. This is the big bad guy and his bigger henchman. And I planned it out. I knew exactly how it was shot, the whole bag. Nasty, ridiculous. What's worse is what's happening in the other room. The other room's a bar that the woman's in, who he's been protecting this whole time. They won't allow the woman in the room with them. This woman's sitting in the bar, and they got 12 bikers in there, and they're all eyeing her down. And she's laughing about it. And they go, "You really shouldn't." She murders all of them in about 5 seconds. Like, I'm talking blood squirting everywhere. By the time that she's done, he gets out of the room. He's been beat to a pulp, and he comes out and he sees her just doing little ice pick stabs on people's necks that are already dead. And she's, and then the whole floor is covered in blood up to the heel. Mm-hmm. And they just walk around on it, and it sloshes as they walk around. And at that point, they look at each other and they realize exactly who each other is. An absolute maniac, degenerate, worth nothing. And they love each other for it. And then they start ripping each other's skin off to reveal demons beneath them.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And they keep going as the credits go on, just to see how people would take it. That's my big one. That's the one I've wanted to do for about 5 years.
And you have a script for that?
No, of course not. I don't write this stuff down, dude. I'm the laziest writer ever. I am Diogenes. Okay, I don't write it down.
They gotta write it down. Everything.
Matter of fact, I'm Aristotle. They write it for me.
You need like a notepad or something.
I look, that one been here. But I told it to one friend who was like, "Yeah, you need to do that." I told it to another friend, and they were like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah,
we don't talk no more.
Yeah. Well, that's the exit right there.
No, because it gets worse than that. X-rated.
No,
no, exactly. Like,
think push everybody out.
No, seriously, because like you have to put these people in 12-hour, 8-hour prosthetics, right?
Yeah, why would you do this?
To then poke.
Oh my goodness,
Whoa,
man.
bro. Whoa.
Yeah,
Like,
that hurts.
no, and then you have to have people that sign up to do it. You have to hope that they can act well for 80 minutes. And I mean, really,
What are you gonna do? Who's gonna do all these movies?
I don't know, I'm just gonna sell them, dude. Like, because people get. Here's the deal: when you look at, I don't think an author's work makes sense until you get to the third book, right? So if I have a couple of like we didn't know who Shane Black was just off Lethal Weapon, but by the time that we get to Last Boy Scout, we go, okay, we know who Shane is now.
Yeah.
And so like when I have these things and I like say I got 3, say I got 4, and then they look at him like and they go, okay, I've seen this name. This is also ridiculous from him. What does this mean? Why is he writing this? What where does this come from? Do we want to make this a genre? Like Taylor Sheridan. Mm-hmm. By the time that we get Yellowstone, which mind you, that's 3 movies and a TV show. And then, then they start going, okay, we want some Taylor Sheridan. And they give him 8 other TV shows?
Gosh, he's just running Paramount.
He literally is running Paramount. He's the ridiculousness that MTV does. I don't know if you know about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you ever watch The Doom Generation?
No, I haven't.
I'm basically remaking The Doom Generation.
Okay.
With the two females on a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Someone also gets murdered with a samurai sword. And people are taking a road trip.
Okay. Yeah.
But you'd hate it.
Probably.
You know what it's about?
No idea.
I'm not sure what the plot is when you read it on IMDb or you read it, anywhere else in the world. Okay. Are you looking at it right now?
No.
Oh.
I was checking something else out.
What are you looking at?
You said Spike Jonze hasn't made anything.
Yeah, has he?
Made a ton.
Stop. Movies?
Directed 111 things.
No. But I'm talking about movies. Like the guy, I think the last movie he made was Her.
Okay.
These are probably music videos,
Okay. So, TV series.
Okay, what's that?
No, Stephen Colbert. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah. Okay. Her was the last thing.
You see what I'm saying? And did you watch Her?
Man, I got 20 minutes in.
You stop. That movie is so good. You know what your problem is?
Trying to put me to sleep.
You don't understand Joaquin Phoenix, man. And that man is the greatest.
I do not.
The greatest. So relatable.
He's all right.
Dude, what? He's probably our best actor.
What?
In his 40s.
No, man. I do not agree with that.
That's because you're wrong. And you've been wrong, and that's okay. And I love you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who's better than him.
You can't. You can't even tell me Christian Bale because he'll throw in a
Leo, man. He's not 50 yet.
Is 50.
Is he really?
2, I think.
Whoa.
You don't know because he took off so many years.
Are you serious?
Yes. He took off 3, then did Revenant, took off 4.
Joaquin Phoenix is 51.
Oh, dang. Did that happen already?
It's happened. So,
poor baby.
Leo, if we're talking about 50 genre, is better.
Yeah, no, but look, here's the deal. I'm going to watch anything Joaquin does, and I'm going to watch anything Leo does, and that's 100%. Like, I'm not going to watch everything Pedro does. I'm not going to watch everything.
Absolutely not.
I'm not going to watch everything Ethan Hawke does. I love Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, no, he has sometimes the worst taste. His picking of movies is trash.
Sometimes he's not exactly
like thinking about Joaquin's picks and Ethan Hawke's picks, because Ethan is the same caliber, but he's picking just horrible movies to be in.
Listen, Joaquin can do anything that Ethan Hawke has done, but Ethan Hawke could never be in an Ari Aster film. He could never do Eddington. He could never do Beau is Afraid. Don't you dare. He could never do it.
Bro, Ethan is a theater actor.
No, I know. And he could never do it.
Bro, yes, he could. Get out of here, man.
Okay.
Dude's a serial killer now.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
The black phone thing? The black phone movie? It's not great, but he's...
Whoa. But he's great.
But he is...
And I tell you what, Ethan is doing that probably better than Joaquin could do the black phone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at his stuff right now.
Man, that wheezing. If he did the wheezing on the black phone, oh my gosh, Joaquin would sell it. It scares me. Him being a softie hurts.
Oh, he's just not good at picking movies.
Who? My boy?
Ethan. It's just bad.
Well, now, sometimes they don't pick. Sometimes they take what's offered.
Oh, he's not getting any good offers.
Honestly, he didn't. he wasn't a box office sell. Like,
Should be.
why do people watch Training Day?
That's true. That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I'm trying to think about what movies he's done that made money. It's like,
It's hard, man.
Brooklyn's Finest, no money. And that had everybody in it.
Everybody.
Don Cheadle also doesn't draw money, which is why he gets to pick what he picks. Terrence Howard, I think, just messed up his own career, actually.
Doing what?
Talking.
Again?
No, so...
You come up with a new math idea?
No, he did.
Stop.
You didn't know about that? I told you about it. 1 times 1.
No, I know, yeah.
He's like, 1 times 1 doesn't equal 1, baby.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
So funny.
So, but listen to this. Did you know why he wasn't in Iron Man 2? Have I talked to you about this?
No.
But you're aware he's supposed to be in Iron Man 2.
He should have been.
He should have been War Machine forever.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Team Terrence. But, well, he's done a couple of things.
For War Machine, absolutely, I'm Team Terrence.
So I'm going to tell you about this, right? So Iron Man comes out, I think, 2008, right? Now, I want you to consider what Terrence did right before that. He had, I'm trying to think about when Four Brothers came out. I think Four Brothers came out in 2006, right? So he, he's not doing much in that. But he's still good. And then he did Idlewild, 2006. He plays the villain. He's the best part of the movie, but outside of the music. Did you watch Idlewild?
Yeah, it's good.
He does in 2006, Hustle and Flow. I think he got an Academy Award for it.
Yeah.
Now, do I think he needed that, deserved it? He did good, man. The point is, he did good. So when Iron Man comes around, 2008, he's actually the most profitable actor in the movie outside of Jeff Bridges. But Jeff Bridges, I mean, think about this. In the 2000s, was Jeff Bridges making money? I'd have to look into it. But
I mean, he did Tron. I can't remember when Tron came out.
Well, Tron is 1980s, okay? And then if you're talking about Tron 2, that's 2010.
Right.
So
is it really?
Yeah.
2010?
Yeah.
Oh,
now take it a step back. He did The Big Lebowski, yes, but that's 98. And so, like, you're looking from 98 to 2008. I don't know if he made any money.
He's got to. Oh,
No.
Jeff
You hope.
Bridges?
Well, he's amazing, right? He's so effortlessly fun to watch.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, he makes The Contender. He's in it. Joan Something's in it. Christian Slater's in it. It doesn't make any money. Okay. Or it doesn't make enough for people to even talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, so at the time, the most profitable actor, if I'm not mistaken, on Iron Man is no kidding Terrence Howard, because nobody wanted Robert Downey Jr. because he was coming out of his little stint being an addict. Now, they trusted him with a couple of movies. So he did The Singing Detective to get out of jail, right? Mel Gibson helps him out of jail with The Singing Detective.
Yeah.
And then what propped him up to being a B-lister again is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Right?
Yes. Yeah, that was a good one.
But that's the only reason he got to do Iron Man. What'd you find?
Okay. I know you don't like it, but K-Pax.
Amazing. But who makes the movie?
I don't know, but
Kevin
Jeff Bridges.
Spacey.
I know, but Jeff Bridges is in it. I was saying,
they both do a phenomenal job. Their chemistry.
Seabiscuit.
Stop! Why don't even talk like that?
Come on, man.
As if that works for me. Any movie about a horse, I'm skipping. I skip all of them.
Yeah, you're right though. But that's kind of
right. So get this. So Terrence goes in. I think they might give him. This is where things get interesting. So Terrence is a liar, right? Have we admitted that? Do you know that?
About what? What has he lied about?
So he lied and said Neil deGrasse Tyson did not check his mathematical thesis. He actually did a whole thesis and gave it to Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't even look at it, didn't care, threw it away. Neil deGrasse Tyson then made a retort video showing literally all the notes he put on this mathematical thesis. And he's like, and I sent it back to Terrence and I said, buddy, you're going to need to rewrite this. It was emphatic, genius, and respectful, while slightly condescending. Anyway, Terrence. So Terrence is about to get something like $1 million for Iron Man because he just won an Academy Award and they need somebody cool to be War Machine in Iron Man 2. So they go, we want to. So they get Terrence and they tell Terrence, okay, you get it like $1 million. I think because Robert Downey Jr., not a draw, and people were worried about hiring him. There was like an insurance claim that was so massive nobody wanted to pay it. So Terrence says that he actually gave money to the production to hire on Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man 1.
Oh, gosh.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
So then the movie comes out. It's amazing. Robert Downey Jr. gives I mean, just another amazing performance. Terrence is always fun to watch. You know, you're just like, I want to see Terrence as War Machine. Iron Man 2 comes around. And what they've decided to do is they've decided to, I think, give him the same amount of money. And now they're going to give Robert about $5 million versus like the 100,000 that he got for the first one. And they're going to give Robert 5, and they're going to give Terrence either the same amount of money or less. So either $1 million or 500,000, right? Whatever it was. And he's like, no, you pay me more. And they said, we're going to hire Don Cheadle. And that's really it. It's, you know,
because was he coming out of Hotel Rwanda at that point?
Yeah. Well, Hotel Rwanda, 2006, 2008, maybe. No, not even. Hold up. That could have been anywhere between 2004, 2008.
I don't even know of what he was doing at that time. Like, that's
Cheadle?
Yeah. Because that's the thing.
I don't know.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Of all, you know, the guys to get, you get Cheadle.
I know, and then you
get the small guy.
But I know what's worse than that. They stole his charisma. I want you to watch. There's a movie you haven't seen. You need to watch it. The Devil Wears a Blue Dress, I think is what it's called. Okay. Holy crap. This movie is okay. I think it's 1995. You ready for this? Denzel in 1995 in a tank top. He looks good. Denzel probably has never looked better in his life. This is like he's peaked. He's peaked at being like, okay, I'm gonna be a star in a movie, right? As far as like the look goes. Somehow, and it's a great script with a great director, from a great book, right? And somehow it's okay, you know. It's it's serviceable. It's odd how much I don't care until 50 minutes in, Don Cheadle shows up, steals the movie. It is one of the most amazing performances I've ever seen in my life. He shows up. I can't even.
What's he play as?
So he plays as Denzel's best friend named Mouse, and he shows up, and in the middle of it was weird. It was like half a fight scene. Like I really wanted a fight scene, and I didn't get it. So he shows up, and he sees this tussle going on between Denzel and this other guy, and he goes, hold on, pulls his gun out real nice and cool, and he goes, hey, you want me to catch this guy? And he's happy. He got these gold teeth in. He's like, you want me to shoot this guy for you? You know, and he's just happy to do it. And he's like, no. And he's like, no, I get him, you know. And he's like that the whole movie. There's one scene where he gets drunk. He's like, blotto. Oh, I got you. And then Denzel moves like an inch. He takes his gun and he says, where are you going? Denzel goes, nowhere. He goes, that's right. And like every time he's on screen, the movie wakes up. It's not like it's sleeping, but it's definitely taking an Ambien. And then when he pops in, you're like, yes, it's so fun. He's so fun to watch. And then he doesn't really do anything in Iron Man 2. You know what he does in Iron Man 2? He shows up and goes, hey, stop having fun, Robert.
Yeah.
What?
But that's what Terrence did too.
But he had fun saying it.
He did.
Cheadle doesn't have no fun saying that. And it's, you know.
Yeah. Terrence be like, please don't do that.
Come on, baby. You know, we can't have that much of a good time.
Yeah.
There's Cheadle going, hey, you need to stop that. They paid me to come tell you to stop that, which is like, you know, real life.
So I really appreciate you doing this.
No, I appreciate you having me, actually.
Yeah. We'll have to do part 2 for sure.
Yeah.
I can do that.